All right, Scotty, congratulations on the walk-off hit last night. First, let's talk about the at-bat, because from what I understand, swinging away was not the initial plan, was it?
Well, if the count got in my favor, that should ask me previous to the AB if I was comfortable squeezing, and I said absolutely. But then the count got in my favor, so I looked over him. He gave me the bunt sign, and then their manager went out and talked to them because I guess he might have been looking for it, and then he told me to swing away. So I ditched the handle and I swung away.
Do you remember your last squeeze bunt? Have you done that before?
I don't even know if I think I did one in college once, but not too many in the career.
All right. Do you remember your last walk-off hit?
In college as well.
Really?
It was a walk-off home run in college, yeah.
So that was your first career walk-off ribby?
Yes, it was in pro ball. Yes.
Wow. I guess you'll remember that forever, won't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you don't forget those. I mean, that's a big. I mean, it's a big thing. Other than being in a walk-off home run, it's about the closest thing you can get.
No, it was a ground ball, but you hit it hard, didn't you? You got it solid to chop it that high.
Yeah, I mean, I hit it well. I just been hitting the top half of the baseball. I mean, I've done it like 3 times in the past 3 games or something like that. I know I did it in Southern Maryland twice, and I did it here. So, hey, it worked. That's all that matters.
Talking with Sky Grimes, who had the walk-off hit last night. What the guys do to you out at first base? It seemed kind of tame, but what was the take us inside the mob?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as bad. I mean, you see some guys pounding on the helmet. I mean, I tried to get the helmet off as quick as I could so I wouldn't get my head beat in. But I mean, that was the basic thing. Couple shoulder tackles. That's about it. Not too bad.
You're still in one piece today.
All together, one piece.
Well, that certainly is a relief. There goes Thurm, who had the start last night. What's this team? You were a member of the championship team last year. I don't want to ask you to compare the two, but what do you like about this group?
I mean, it's honestly not that much of a different of a group. I mean, we don't have the same exact clowns, but we added different clowns. So I mean, in the clubhouse is about the same as far as team-wise goes. I mean, we have fun with each other, we joke around. Everybody's friends with everybody. I mean, it's a real fun environment to play for. I mean, so it really is not that much different than last year's team, just different names.
In your experiences, that aspect of it, is that about as good as it gets?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what you want from a team. I mean, you want to be close. I mean, you're going to be close with them. You're spending every minute, basically, of every day with them. So you want to be close with those guys. And you want to be able to joke around and have a good time with everybody. And it makes it much easier to play in games. Just makes it easier on you. You can kind of relax and not put pressure on yourself. You can have a good time to joke around even during games. You forget about bad ABs faster. It just helps the overall process of playing.
Etch has talked about the lineup and how well these guys are hitting, and you know he's always gone to the fact that Castro and Herrera have really helped taking the pressure off guys. As the guy at the top of the order, do you feel that way? Do you feel that there's less pressure now the way this lineup is 1 through 9?
Yeah, it definitely helps. I mean, adding Castro and Cafe, you can't really go wrong with those 2 bats. I mean, those guys are proven hitters, and I mean it makes it a little bit easier knowing that they're coming up behind you. You don't have to get a hit every time, or you don't need to do everything by yourself. I mean, you know, you have 9 guys through a lineup that are going to give good ABs almost every time, and that's what you want. And having positive at bats every time makes it easier. I mean, makes it easier on you 1 through 9 than it does just having a couple guys hitting rather than all 1 through 9. It makes it much easier on you.
Talking with Scott Grimes, you've really been playing well here lately. I know that you didn't get off to the start that you wanted to, but was there something that unlocked for you at some point? Was there a key to getting back to where you want to be?
I mean, at the beginning of the season, I put way too much pressure on myself. I mean, there was a lot of expectations from me myself that I gave myself, and from a lot of people around here as well that had talked about what I was going to do for an encore and how I was going to get better for this and what I was going to do to be better than last year, and that kind of got to me a little bit. That's the first time I've really put that much pressure on myself, but I definitely did, and I've gotten back to just kind of relaxing and getting back to just playing. And that's the only way I know how to do things. And when I put pressure on myself and I get my mind involved is when I start struggling, and that's what I was definitely doing in the beginning of the year.
I know you also had to deal with a lot of questions during the winter about getting picked up. Was that part of it too, or are you at the point now where you're just having fun and letting whatever happens happen?
Well, I mean, of course, there was a ton of questions going around in the offseason about that and what was going to happen, if anybody had called me or if anybody had done this or that or anything else. But when it comes to that aspect of things, that's something I can't control. I can only control what I do out on the baseball field. and maybe somebody will like it. That's all I can really control. And I mean, it didn't weigh heavy on me at all. Really, that's something that I didn't even really worry about. Yeah, so that aspect of things I have no control over, and I don't worry about that too much right now.
Talking with Sky Grimes, you know, you and I are both getting an awful lot of guff about this facial hair, and yours is a little more advanced than mine is. Mine's kind of a patchy little piece of nothing. But what's up with the beard? Are you trying to go all Brian Wilson at some point, or even Freddie Thon in this league?
I don't know. I think it's just different. I mean, usually I have my facial hair pretty well kept and pretty clean and looking normal. But this is something a little bit different, just trying to change it up a little bit, like always, finding something different, keep everything loose as I can keep it, and drive Edge crazy, because Edge doesn't like it at all. So, but that's all right. It's all right with me. I like it.
I've heard Edge gets on me about it too, and you know, you got the hair thing going. Your hair has changed more than anybody else on this team too this year. Now you got the shave going.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's always different. I mean, you got to keep people guessing. You can't give them the same thing over and over. I like to be very different with the way I look and appear, and so it's you give people different looks and keeps them guessing, because they don't know they don't know what your personality might be. So you keep them guessing as well, and you keep yourself guessing. See how everybody takes it.
Yeah, first day of spring training, I just about walked right past you. You had the mop. I didn't even recognize you.
Yeah, let my hair grow all off season. That was also different. Usually when I come in the spring, it's clean, but this year I grew it off. I usually grow my hair in the off season to keep my head warm, because it's freezing in Pennsylvania in the winters. so I keep my hair. I kept my hair long in the winters, but usually when I come in, I cut it. But this year I just said, I'm going to do something different again and just let it grow.
Well, one last thing, Scotty. This team, everybody talks about how everybody gets on everybody. Everybody's fair game. Who are you getting on today?
I mean, usually it's the same cast of characters we get on each other every day. I mean, Walker doesn't go very far without getting a little bit of something, and Shanks obviously gets something every day from me. Thurman will probably get it today since he isn't pitching. I'll get on him when he's not pitching. When he is pitching, I try to stay away from him and just let him be. But so Thurman will probably get it today. V-Hay will probably get it today as well. But it's usually the same cast of characters that we get on each other every day. Somebody gives you something every day.
I can't get past you either. What is it with me? The fact that I never do any work?
Well, I mean, you just kind of see you wandering around. You know, I don't really know what your exact title is these days. I don't know what they would consider you. But hey, if you're not, I agree. I wouldn't work either if I was you. Forget it. It's not worth it anymore. It's too much work.
I do have a tendency to wander around aimlessly around here, a little bit lost.
Hey, that's the only way. I mean, everybody's lost some point in time. It's quite all right. I mean, if I was you, I don't know what I would do for 95% of the day either. At least have a regimen. I know I'm coming in. I know I'm going to hit. But if I didn't have to hit and play a game, I would. Who the hell knows what I would be doing?
I sure don't have a clue, but I'm glad I found you, Scotty, in my aimless wandering here this afternoon. I appreciate the time, man, and congrats again on the game last night.
Thank you very much, and no problem. Anytime, guys. Anytime.